What is good, everybody? Welcome to the video. Before we get into it, I want to say thank y'all for the recent support on the last video. Y'all really showed out for that one, so I appreciate it. But so let's just get into it right now. I'm not gonna cut this one. I'm not gonna do anything because I want the message to be as genuine as possible. Because this is just something I've been realizing, and I feel like y'all can relate to this. So yeah, let's get into it. Understand for me that your life can change the second that you accept the change that is going to happen into your life. Like, understand that your life can change very quick. And I realized that this year because about 2 months ago, I was in a terrible position, not just financially, but mentally in my workplace. And I just wasn't liking the person who I was there. And as soon as I thought I was doomed, as soon as I thought I started accepting it, but as soon as I thought I was doomed, I started putting in like some personal development and I started working towards who I wanted to be, and I started cutting people out of my life that I didn't want there anymore. And the only reason I even wanted those people in my life was because I wanted to feel like I had somebody. And I think we can all relate to that because we're humans. Like, we don't want to be lonely. And that was a bad decision on my part. Not the fact that they weren't serving me or anything like that, but it just wasn't what was best for my mental. Like, when you're on the grind, it's going to be hard to keep people in your life that want to see you elevate and that actually care about what you want to achieve in your life. Like, a lot of people really do not care what you got going on in your head or at your house, like, for real. And it's hard to keep certain people in your life, especially when things start really ramping up and you need to put in more work than what you used to, and you start taking away some of that time that you used to spend like doing meaningless crap that some people like really enjoy doing. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I know, like, you cannot work all the time, and that is 100%. Sometimes I work too hard and I take like 2 days and I don't post, I don't do anything, and it's bad. But you got to understand that at the same time, you can't waste your time if you want to be part of that top percentile of people on the planet. Like, and that's when your life is going to change, when you accept the growth opportunities that you already have straight in front of you. And there's no place that you need to look. They're already inside of you. You just got to focus. And how do you focus? By cutting out time and putting more time into the areas that you need it, which is most likely your purpose, your grind. And a lot of the time, like, it's going to be lonely. Like, understand that, like, as we get older, especially, and I know, like, if you're watching this and you're in your 20s, you're going to relate to this. People are going to start, like, kind of just filtering out of your life. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just how nature works. Like, think about adults. How many friends do they have around them? None. Like, barely any. And you know why? Because everybody is made to settle down with somebody, and everyone's made to kind of almost like run a family. So as you get older, people are going to be looking for that. People are going to be looking for that. And say, like, you're just focusing on becoming the best person you want to be in your, like, early 20s or early or upper teens, whatever. Not many people are on that wave. Like, understand that there's more now than there used to be, just because we have YouTube, we have Instagram, we have all these platforms where we can get the information off of. But there's not many people in the world that are on the same journey that you're on. So the odds of you finding someone around you right now that's on that same wavelength is very, very slim. So you got to stay positive, and you have to stay positive even when you're isolated, even when you feel lonely, even when you feel like your life isn't going to change. You have to remember that so many opportunities can come to you in just the blink of an eye. Like, it really just takes some focused, deep work and figuring out things that you need to do in your life to really present a change. Like, I was watching a Danny Duncan interview. You look it up, it's on YouTube, it's pretty good. And he was talking about how he was homeless in LA and no one believed in his vision. And he started kind of picking up on YouTube. And I remember he was trying to pitch his merch line to like Zoomies and to Spencer's and all that, and they didn't accept it for a whole year. Now think about how long a year is, like, in time. That's a pretty decent amount of time. And then they said, like, he was talking about like how he didn't let that discourage him. He kept pushing. And then now look at it. He's making $5-10 million a year off of it just because he believed in his vision. He believed that his life would change. He believed that he had something deep inside of him that nobody else could see. And a lot of the time they don't. But when you come out and you pop off, that's who you're truly gonna be. It just takes some deep focused work and really like having faith in your vision. Like, you don't have to just go at everything like, oh, I got to do this perfectly this way. No, like, you can leap into the unknown and still make some really good progress. And that's what he was talking about. Like, and it's facts. Like, your life can change when you accept the changes that you need to make, and when you start embodying the person that you got to become to get to your highest self. And it doesn't always have to be like this crazy grind. You know what I mean? It really just comes down to just, what do you possess that you can give to the world, and doing it right. Like, by doing everything right in your life, God is going to reward you with amazing things, amazing people, amazing opportunities, amazing just situations throughout your life, because you did it the right way. And there's so many people that do it the wrong way, and they're still successful, but they're not nearly as impactful as you could be. Like, because we all have this great opportunity. We all have 24 hours in a day. It just comes down to what you're doing on the daily to get better. And I think, like, we all know, like, day by day, we can do certain things and we choose not to. But it all just comes down to being the best person you can be that day, and keeping track on the final vision. You know, it doesn't matter who's beside you in a race. Like, understand that. Like, you're not in a race with anybody. You're not in a race with anybody, because we're all going to the same finish line in life, which is be successful, hopefully retire, and be happy. You know what I'm saying? We all have the same finish line. It all just comes down to how far down that finish line are you trying to go? Are you trying to be in first place? You trying to be in 200th place? Or are you trying to be last? And it doesn't matter, because we're all going to get there. You just got to decide, like, what your life looks like. Like, what do you want your life to be? If it's simple, keep it simple. If you want more, then you got to figure out how you're going to get more out of your life. And that just all starts with here, bro. All starts with inside. And just figuring out, like, how you improve your life from day one, week one, from the bottom. Just start over, and just figure out things you can add in. It's really not that hard, guys. You just got to keep it simple. Keep it simplified. You don't have to do anything like too hard out the gate, because it'll make you quit every single time. That's why, like, when I tell people, like, start the gym, focus on 2 to 3 days a week, then go 3 to 4, and if you feel it, 5 to 6. Like, you don't always have to start guns a-blazing, hopping out, you know, going hard. You just got to, like, have small, settled steps to get better each and every day. But awesome. If you tuned in all the way to the video, thank you. Make sure to subscribe. Like, 80% of y'all aren't subscribed, so make sure to hit that, because we're building a community, and I need to reach more people, because I'm trying to give as many positive messages as I can daily. So let's get it. Make sure to sub, make sure to like, send this to a friend, and we